What is up, my friends? How's it going? And welcome to our Mauryan campaign with your fellow comrade Summary. This is the 23rd episode, and in the previous episode, we had invaded Galatia and Cappadocia, as well as completed our conquest of Palmyra. And currently, we are looking to push further westwards into Asia Minor. Our armies are in position to take out Nicomedia, Pessinus, as well as Side and Iconium. So we are going to go ahead and do that in this turn. Meanwhile, our army up here in the north has finally reached Charax, so that is great. And we have moved our other army over here to the north in order to recruit up yet another army. Our dignitary has also finally made his way to Palmyra, so that is great. We are almost at the turning point of culturally converting the province into Hinduism. Meanwhile, this Egyptian stack over here seems to be taking some form of attrition. So that is great. Quick look at our armies over here. We are running out of supplies, so that is not good. We definitely needed Ekbatana. Well, I'm guessing Ekbatana should be able to supply us through there, like so, at least, so shouldn't be too much of a concern. We can sit with our faction leader over here. We could decide to attack this army. Meanwhile, our spy over here is going to try to assassinate this character, and if he succeeds, we should wipe out the faction of Thapsacos. As you can see, Thapsacos has been destroyed. Meanwhile, the Egyptians are busy in the further out in the west, and they are trying to besiege Pergamon. Should they do that, they should wipe out the Armenians. They're doing our work for us. However, without any further ado, let us go ahead and attack Nicomedia. And I can't just auto-resolve this battle. I will take some losses, but the settlement is of Hindu culture, so we should have a decent amount of population in order to replenish. I'm going to go ahead, quickly repurpose the province. Get our supply warehouse up and running. Dismantle these buildings. That's great. Meanwhile, go ahead and push into Pessinus. Lay siege to that city. And it is quite a good auto-resolve, so I am also going to go ahead auto-resolve this one. And we are going to peacefully occupy the settlement. And Pessinus is the first province of Asia that we control, so that is good. We are going to go ahead, dismantle everything and spec it up to be an industrial province, as Asia is a very good industrial province. Meanwhile, our dignitary has managed to reach Galatia and Cappadocia. So we are in the process of converting the province. It is going to take a long time for us to reach Hinduism over here. Kind of sucks, but it is what it is. We are going to go ahead and build that blacksmith for that increased melee attack. Lay siege to Iconium. And we can auto-resolve this one as well. It's not a favorable auto-resolve, however. However, we do have the opportunity to move this army across different settlements in the region in order to replenish a lot quicker. I'm going to go ahead and peacefully occupy that settlement as well, as I do require some of the buildings in here. And finally, we are going to attack Side. And this is a battle I am actually going to fight out, because I can't really abandon Side, and the auto-resolve isn't all that great, so I'm going to do a quick save over here, and I will see you all in the battle. Alright, welcome to the battle. The enemy army will sally forth, it looks like it, and try to attack our army. We are going to fast forward it. And yeah, we are ready to attack the enemy army. Let's go ahead and fire on those units. Hopefully rack up some kills before they can reach us. Control our archers to hit that cavalry unit. They did lose a significant amount of cavalry in that first volley. However, it is the second volley that will hurt them a lot more. There we go, 55. Meanwhile, these archers over here can hit that cavalry unit.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Gonna redirect artillery to hit that narrow corridor. And use our archers to hit their archers. Quickly charge our elephants into that spear unit.
We are at your command. Fire on the enemy.
And the enemy fleet has almost disembarked, so we are going to move our units closer in order to quickly attack them. Get our elephants behind again. Guys have disembarked. We're going to go ahead and charge them. Charge these guys with our cavalry. Now use our elephants to attack that unit. It is heavy infantry, melee infantry, so it shouldn't be able to do a lot of damage to our elephants.
Our general is under attack.
Chariots are in position. Let's actually unlock them. I forgot we need to keep them in a very narrow formation. Get them up and running. This way they do a lot of damage. Get them in through like that. Perfect. Keep moving them. Get our general quickly out of there. They can go ahead and charge this unit. Meanwhile, our chariots can kind of move out. And as you can see, that narrow formation actually makes it a lot more easier for them to kind of wipe out units. Get our elephants back into the fight. And we can move our generals out of the way. Get these cavalry units over there. Reform our lines. Quickly reform them. Yep.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Get our chariots around. And our horsemen have caught up to the enemy missile units, so that is great. Quickly gonna enable that defensive formation. Move our generals over there. These elephant units over here. And we are going to charge into the enemy units. Meanwhile, move this spear unit up ahead to engage. Stop the chariots real quick. Go ahead, attack them. And it should be done, this battle. Took fairly limited casualties, so that is great. Alright. And we have captured side. Gonna have a quick look at the buildings in the settlement. And they have none of the buildings we want. We can go ahead and loot. Perfect. Can repair this building. Repair that one. Dismantle this as well as this building. Perfect. And we can also level up our general. Perfect. Great, so things are looking good for this turn. We can build up some temples. Our economy is slowly picking up. However, you will see the true effect of our economy once we can pretty much conquer the entirety of Asia. And let's have a quick look at our politics. This character over here can go on a vacation. Meanwhile, we are going to see if we can marry off any of our other characters. A massive family tree. Go ahead and marry off this guy. Perfect. And with that, we are ready to end the turn, and I will see you all in the next turn. Hopefully, we will be able to push further westwards and take out the mainland of Asia. That should be pretty good. Pergamon has only got 4 buildings out of 6, so that's not all that great. We would have preferred 6 out of 6. However, it is what it is. Gonna have to deal with that. Rhodos, meanwhile, is fully leveled up, as well as Ephesus. I'm contemplating if I should attack this army. I mean, I could. And that should pretty much free up all these armies up here to kind of push into Yehuda. However, this army over here is going to finish its recruitment in the next 3 turns. And I can actually stop recruiting that unit, kind of move towards Raga in the next turn, and then Hecatomb Pylos after that. Welcome back to the next turn. Zaze has died. I believe Zaze was a wife taken. Ashoka. Yeah, so his wife has died. Pretty much sucks. We are gonna remarry. Yeah. Means Ashoka is himself pretty close to kicking the bucket, and really don't like that. I mean, I did wish he would survive for a bit more. Let's go ahead and quickly repurpose this province. Right. Good over there. Perfect. Army has kind of replenished a bit. 158, 46. Alright, we're gonna move back towards Mazaka for that replenishment. While this army is almost done with its replenishment, we can move this army back towards Ankara, get some more replenishment as well. So we are going to go ahead and do that. Build up 2 Industrial buildings over there. We do have a cultural dominance of Hinduism in Syria at long last. Meanwhile, this army doesn't seem to be taking much damage, so I am going to kind of get up a little bit close with Ashoka. I am pretty tired of the stalemate over here. And go ahead and charge with this guy. Should retreat closer to the city, which will now mean that it'll pretty much be an attack between all armies. So it's a fairly good auto-resolve. I am going to go ahead, auto-resolve this. Perfect. Slave all the captives. Move him into Dura. Meanwhile, I can go ahead and put Ashoka into Palmyra. So go ahead and do that. Should replenish within 2 turns. That is great. But what this means is that we are ready to push south towards Tyros. Get our dignitary over there. This dignitary can push up towards Mazaka as well. Try to help culturally convert that province. We are gaining 3.2, so that's fairly good. And yeah, let's have a quick look at our settlements. Can go ahead and build a couple of temples over here. Hopefully the Egyptians actually take out Pergamon, and if they do that, I should be able to attack Pergamon in the next turn. So I guess with that, I am done with the turn. I am going to end the turn, and I will see you all in the next turn. I did forget we do want to improve our lineage, so we'll need to kind of educate some of these characters. Alright, perfect. We can go ahead and end the turn. I forgot we can also hire some agents. So that is great. Go ahead and do that. We get an extra spy. Spy meanwhile over here in the south has managed to reach Yehuda, so we have a clear line of visibility over there. While this spy over here can move closer up. Great. And we can get a fourth spy, I'm sorry. Get him over here. Cultural influence, yeah, that's not bad. Can also get a dignitary, however, I'm saving up a dignitary for Pergamon. We can get a champion, who I will give to Chandragupta Maurya. Perfect. I really don't want to fight you, Saba. Can you please just leave me alone? No. Looks like I am gonna have to attack Hagar and kind of release it or liberate it, and then use that faction to fight Mamlakat in Saba. You have like a bunch of full stacks over here. The one possibility is they could go this way. We have to kind of watch out for that. Meanwhile, our army over here has finished recruiting, so we're going to move him into Raga. Get that artillery piece. And go ahead and end the turn. Welcome back to the next turn. Tyros has grown. And I'm not really sure what I can get here. However, I can get another temple that will improve our research rate. So let's go ahead and get that. Meanwhile, this army over here is almost done replenishing. Should be able to make its way towards Ephesus. Rhodos and Knossos has declared war on us, so I guess that's that. Don't need another farm over here. So I can go ahead and build a temple instead. Right. I can move this army towards Ankara. Should be able to replenish over there. Let's go ahead and do that. And it will take 2 turns to replenish this. However, if I patrol, will that improve it? Also going to be 2 turns, but it will improve it by 20. So we're looking at 58, which is almost a full strength. While down here in the south, we do have this Egyptian stack that is moving upwards.
We fight for you, my lord.
Shoka, on the other hand, is almost fully replenished, as is Shatru. Go ahead and build a supply pit over here in Palmyra. As Palmyra is fairly in the center of the Middle East, you can see here from Palmyra, pretty much supply our army into Tyros, as well as Jerusalem, as well as Alexandria, and even down to Mios Hormos. Meanwhile, it can also supply down to Petra, Egra, and Charmutas. It can also supply Idri, Yathrib, and of course Marib. It can simultaneously supply Kidri, Yathrib, as well as Hagar over here. And it can supply pretty much all these regions as well. So it's a fairly good settlement to build your supply chain. We do have 1 turn before this army will replenish to full. Right. What is the population looking like in Palmyra? We are kind of running out of population over there.
We fight for you, my lord.
What about Dura? How do you look? You look fairly good. Should we get cultural dominance in the next turn over here? We should, so that's great. I could go ahead and attack Tyros, however, I am not too keen on it, as this Egyptian army could attack me soon after. However, if I do fight the battle, and I fight it well, I should be able to deal with that Egyptian army. Well, let's go ahead and move our dignitaries towards Yehuda. Let's have a quick look at our settlements. Don't really need to upgrade our supply chain. Can improve our bazaar, however. And as far as Sinop is concerned, the garrison is looking fairly good, so that's great. Let's keep looking at our settlements. I think it's time we can kind of upgrade some of our buildings. We do have a decent amount of cash, not too great, but decent. Get this research rate. A lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and improve the main settlement so that the province gets more growth. Do the main settlement here as well. That looks fairly good for now. Could upgrade Trapezos. Would give us a couple more garrison. However, the garrison in Trapezos is looking good, and it is further deep down, all the way in the east of the Black Sea. So I pretty much doubt any Egyptian fleet is going to sail through the Hellespont and attack Trapezos. I mean, they're more likely to either attack Nicomedia if we leave it undefended, or Sinop. However, up here in the north, everything is also looking good. Olbia is about to upgrade, which means soon enough our army up here might not be really required. This is Danu Apara also leveling up, so I guess we're gonna go ahead and leave that amount of money for now. Go ahead, get some gravitas for this character. And yeah, before we end the turn, we are gonna attack Tyros because I think there's no better time to do so. So let's go ahead, attack Tyros. But before that, let's see if we can piece out some factions. How about Knossos? You are on low. Rhodos, will you piece me out? You are also on low, so that's not great. Taking out these two should be fairly annoying because, you know, we don't really have a fleet to support our army to get across. Rhodos should be easier, but here up Hitna is going to be a lot harder. However, enough waffling. Let us jump right into the Battle of Tyros. Alright, so here we are in the battle. We are going to quickly move our troops up ahead. And we are going to fast forward this battle. It is a garrison, so it shouldn't be able to do all that much against us. Get our units as close as possible. Marching them. Meanwhile, artillery is going to take some time to get close enough to the enemy. And with that, they have decided to sally out. So quickly going to reposition our army. Further reposition our army as well. Perfect.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Get our elephants on the right flank into position.
One of our units is
Gonna wait for these couple of melee units to leave the archer undefended. Get our chariots all the way out. Elephants can move further behind. Chariots, you can also move over there. And that unit is done, so we can go ahead and attack it. Great. You can also attack this melee unit. Get our elephants to attack that unit. And the chariots can come over here. Gonna toggle on that melee mode. Go ahead, attack over there. Keep moving. Come on, chariots. Keep moving, keep moving. That's good. That's great. We did take a bit of casualties. Keep moving our chariots across over there.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Wow, this unit did take a lot of damage. Chariots are looking bad as well. Get our elephants in to attack that. General as well. And with that, we have won the battle, taken a fair bit of casualties. Alright, we have conquered Tyros. I'm gonna go ahead quickly, just simply occupy the settlement in order to replenish a little bit. Quick look at our provinces. Hopefully we're not taxing any provinces we shouldn't be taxing. That seems like it. And as you can see, Bactria is actually making 80,000 per turn. Insane. I'm gonna go ahead and quickly dismantle some of the buildings. Right, now this Egyptian stack could attack us. However, can this one? This one can also attack us, so that is dangerous. We are going to try to sabotage him. We don't have a high chance. The spy is fairly low. However, it is worth a shot. So let's go ahead and do that. And we have failed, so pretty much both of these Egyptian stacks can attack this army. So I am kind of forced to move my main army over here. Let's get him out there quick. And I can also move this army outside the city so that they don't decide to attack the city and isolate my first army over here. And since things are looking good, I can also move into Palmyra. Great. This army should be fully replenished within the next turn. However, that being said, let's go ahead and end the turn. Upgrade our spy. Well, as we do have a champion over here who can train this army. Oh, we have finished over here, so I definitely want to build up that army. However, we don't have enough money to do so, so I am going to change up some things. Which settlement did I focus on? Was it this? Yes. Okay, so I think that should be enough. No. These elephants are pretty expensive. Yeah, 4,000 each. Yeah, and it's still not going to be enough, so I'm going to stop building up another building. And now we can get this army up to full. So that's great. Let's go ahead, end the turn. Alright, welcome to the next turn. Our heir has reached his maximum level, so let's go ahead and get those final skills. Oh no, it's not the maximum level. However, we can get that campaign range movement. Meanwhile, over here, I can't really see that Egyptian army. There it is. Very interesting indeed. I'm going to move this army back up into Antiochia in order for him to replenish. Move this army south to protect the city. Let's have a quick look at what Antiochia's garrison looks like. It's looking fairly decent. And what we can do with this guy is we can move him also towards this province over here. And perhaps in the next turn we should be able to take out Jerusalem, which would be a stepping stone towards finally pushing on into the homeland and taking the war into the heart of Egypt. Meanwhile, out here in the west, we can kind of attack Ephesus, so we are going to go ahead and do that. Oof. A huge negative modifier to our... let's go ahead and move this army towards Nicomedia. And this army we can kind of upgrade and attack Anthea. Alright, they are positioned outside. So I guess we can attack this army and defeat all of these armies. And yeah, without any further ado, I will see you all in the battle. Alright, welcome to the battle. Quickly moving into position. Enemy reinforcements are coming in from the left, so we're gonna have to quickly redeploy our army and try to face the enemy. Okay. Okay, slow down the battle.
Our general is under attack. My lord.
Get our elephants back into position. These elephants did decide to charge our general. Not the best idea. Charge an elephant unit. We are not going to catch up to that routing unit, so we're going to pull our cavalry back.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
And there we go. With that, we should pretty much wipe out this unit. Get our chariots into position for a rear charge. Go ahead, charge over there. You can also charge.
Field artillery ready. Chariots.
And several things. We're going to go ahead, quickly charge the rear with our chariots. Already beginning to rout some of the units. Keep moving them. Come on. Use the arrow keys to keep moving them. Redirect our artillery to hit that unit. Quickly select our chariots again. Keep moving them. And use all of our units to attack this cavalry unit over here. Chariots to still move. Great. Reform our line. Get our chariots out on the flanks again.
We await your orders. For honor!
There's a bunch of archer units over here that we can charge with our cavalry. to go ahead, use our general cavalry to kind of catch up with that unit. Artillery can redirect over here.
War elephants! Awaiting orders. The charge! Armored elephants! Chariots!
Great, we are going to stop our artillery attack.
Orders! Ready! We are at your command. At the ready! Melee infantry!
Use our melee infantry to engage the entire enemy front line. Use our elephants to pretty much wipe out any of these minor units. Use the arrow keys to move our chariots. Keep them moving. Try to kill as many of the units as we can. As you can see, we are racking up those kills. 300. Perfect. And we're going to move our chariots back out there. Meanwhile, our elephants can go ahead and charge into these units. So the cavalry has done quite well. Get our chariots out in an attempt to kill their units. Meanwhile, we do want to chase down as many of their units as we can. Let's go ahead, fast forward. This battle is done. And I'm going to go ahead and end the battle. And I'll see you all in the campaign. Welcome to the campaign. We are going to enslave this army. He is going to march a bit closer to the settlement. Should be an easy auto-resolve. And we are going to go ahead and... Can't really see what's in that settlement, so... I think the safest option is to loot it. There we go. Can we attack this army? We can. That's great. 100% auto-resolve. Enslave him. And quickly going to build up this settlement. Turn off the taxation over here. And we are going to try to make this into a military settlement. So go ahead and do that. And lastly, before we end the turn and the video, we are going to attack and take out Ephesus. I'm not going to really show this battle because we are running out of time. And I will see you all back in the campaign once I have conquered Ephesus.